This is Goldcrest Valley 22 by celobuki. Apologies if I've said that wrong. It's 140.18 megabytes to download, and the description says, "Welcome to Goldcrest Valley. This is conversion of Goldcrest Valley base map from FS17. Map contains 33 fields, 7 sale points including train sale point, wood train sale point, 5 production buildings, sawmill, 6 purchasable forests. And in new player mode you get a pre-built farm with cow barn, a sheep barn, chicken barn and machines. Have a lot of fun. So let's go and check it out. And here we are. This is where you start off in all 3 modes. This is the map. It's quite a cool map though. I've had a whiz round earlier just to get my bearings, work out the best route round. It's got a lot of sort of Elm Creek vibes about it, which hopefully you'll see what I'm on about as we go round. In new farmer mode, which is what we are in, you start off with a fair bit actually. It's not bad. So we've got this area here, which is like your main farm area. We get fields 12, 14, 15, and we also get field 27. If I click off of that, we own that area as well, which is our cow barn. There's also a hay loft down there, which we'll go through in a second. It's quite cool because field 27 is a grass field. We do have all our grass equipment already down here, which is pretty smart. Click back on that. We own this plot up here, which is a sheep barn, which we'll go through and see obviously as we go round. The field prices aren't too bad actually. I think the most expensive one is 5. That is 428,000, and the cheapest I think was 17. That's 34,000 just over. There is a few forestry areas, as it says. We've got quite a big area there for 377,000. 189 for that one. 180, a little bit there around the BGA, that's 133. One over there, 77. And one down the bottom there, that is 80,000. I think that's it. There is a few, did I say that one as well? 180, yeah, I think so. There is a few areas where you can't buy, so you got kind of like the built up town area. Can't buy that. We can't buy this little strip by the farm, but weirdly enough we can buy that bit. We can't buy the land that the BGA is on, so it's a case of you're going to have to buy it as a production chain, kind of like normal. Places where the production chains and sale points are, we can't buy, but it's basically just all the sort of fields, little bits like that you can buy, but not like that. You can't buy the outside of the map either. So there you go. There is the train, as it mentions. It's whizzing round now, so it kind of comes in up here. We do have a couple of rent a train options like that. It whizzes round. We've got 2 railroad silos, obviously for the train side and the road side. So there's one here again with another rent a train, and it whizzes round like it's going now. And there is another silo like so, and the rent a train just there. It's also a lime station at that point, and then it goes off the edge of the map and it sails to Elm Creek, which I think is quite cool. And there's the selling wood train as well. Oddly enough, it says up here wood loading train station. We'll get to that. There's a little bit of an issue up there as well, so I don't know if something is actually missing, but we'll come across that a bit later. But when you go up to the icon, it just comes up as normal, like a rent the train option. So you'll see what I mean when we get there. On our main farm, we've got a farmhouse, sleep trigger, got the chickens, a workshop, and we've also got a farm silo just down there, which is a multi-fruit. Sale points and production chains dotted around the map, which obviously we will take in. There is a couple of bits where we do have to sort of come back on ourselves, but it's kind of the best route around. I'll show you quickly around the farm, and then we'll go through slot counts, etc. So we've got shed space there. This is our workshop. So we come up to there, you can customize repair. 2 more of those sheds there with a little bit of equipment. harvester, etc. Farmhouse is just here with the sleep trigger on the porch. And then more of our equipment. We've got a chicken coop here, which is very cool. This will hold 150 chickens. Eggs will spawn there, and you're going to feed them at this point just there. And then we do have a barn here, which doesn't really do anything, but you can store a few things and bits and bobs in there if you want. And then we've got the farm silo here, which I can't remember if it was 2 million or 5 million litre capacity, but it's a multi-fruit. Tip in there, pipe out. We do have another shed over there. So like I say, a bit like Elm Creek, we've got vehicles ready at the fields. We've got one of the John Deeres there ready with a cultivator on that field. We've got the harvester ready there. The other John Deere in the background over there with the seeder on the back ready to go. And the Massey is ready to go with the trailer. Right, slot counts and things like that. In new farmer mode, we start off with this equipment and the slot count is 1000, bang on the nose. But we get 3 medium tractors. We've got a John Deere 4755, John Deere 7810, the Massey Ferguson 3670. We've got the Deutschfahr harvester, 1986 pickup, a Valga trailer, header for your harvester, cultivator, seeder. We've got a side mower, a tedder, windrower, loading wagon, a baler. It's not a bow wrapper, it's just a standard baler, trailer for your header, and we've got 2 750 kilogram 10 winkle weights, like so. If you come on here and Farm Manager will start from scratch, and none of these buildings are here. The red barn is there because you can't seem to sell that in any of the modes, but the silo, the farmhouse, the sheds, the workshop, none of that is here. None of the sheep barn is there, and the cow barn is not there either. You don't start off with any land, no equipment, nothing. The slot count is 790 in those two modes. Now, in new farmer mode, if you sell off just all the equipment I've shown you, so just all your vehicles, you can get the slot count down to 864. And then if you go around and sell everything that you can, so most of the sheds, the silo, the farmhouse, like I say, you can't sell that barn. The sheep barn, which we'll come across in a second, you can sell the building, but the fence that's around it you cannot get rid of. And there's also a shed up there you can't sell. But if you do get rid of everything that you can sell, you can get the slot count down to 790. So it's basically just the same as coming on in Farm Manager and start from scratch. Right. In terms of modded in things, there is a few. If I go over on this field, it'd be easier to see. In sheds, we do have these sheds that you've seen scattered around, so they are modded in. In silos, we've got that silo down the end, so yeah, it was a 5 million litre capacity. That's quite huge, and that is a multi-fruit. We've got that modded in. And the hayloft, that is the same building as the standard in-game one, but it's been modded in because the capacity has been increased from 250,000 to 500,000 litres, which is cool. In animals, cows, we have got a modded in cow barn large. So this is the standard in-game one. If I zoom out a bit, you can see the building is the same. But if we go on to the modded one, the building is the same, but that is a huge pasture. And the capacity's been increased to 150. So instead of 80, we're up to 150. And we get a huge pasture as well, which is pretty cool. In sheep, similar sort of scenario. We've got the standard in-game sheep barn large. That holds 65. And then we've got this fella. Now there is no fence around that because, like I say, it will become a bit more apparent when we get to the sheep barn. When you sell the building, the fence stays. So if you wanted to place this down and farm manage and start from scratch, you can line it up with that fence. In fact, let me just whiz over there because it is only up over this hill somewhere, he says. There it is. So this white fence here, that stays, and also this shed here, can't get rid of that. You can get rid of this little one, which then as well opens up a gap in the fence. But you can basically line this up how that is if you want, which is pretty cool. I think that's why they've done that. So that is for the sheep. And then the chickens, let's get back down where our farm is. Apologies if I'm all over the shop. In chickens we have, you've already seen it, we've got a standard chicken pasture, the game one, that only holds 30. This one holds 150, and you've seen what that looks like already, which is pretty cool. That is the modded in things. In terms of, apologies, painting, because I've started showing you guys that, I won't put any down. Nothing really we've already seen. Animal mud, asphalt, dirt, forest ground, grass and gravel. That is it. So not really much to choose from. I'll get all this bit out of the way and then we can whiz round. As you can see, our pastures and barns are there, but we've got no animals in there. There is contracts available. We don't own any production chains yet, and if you look on the statistics, bottom right, there is no collectibles. So that is it. Right, that is all that nonsense over. Apologies for waffling on, but I like to give you as much info as we can. So let's whiz out of here. And I've got to try and remember my route round. Like I say, it will be a little bit coming back on ourselves, but nothing too horrendous. There is people walking around, there is traffic, but these roads just feel so open, like pretty cool. And there's a few freeways or interstates, if you want to call them that. I'm not sure what ones they would be called. We've got the railway bridge there, we're just going under. And then if we swing a left then a right, we have our first production chain, which is right down the back here. This is going to be the grain mill. There's some decent sized fields on here as well. So there's your grain mill. Usual sort of scenario. Use it as a sell point unless you want to buy it and own it as a production chain. Then we need to come out of that way. There goes the train just across there, like so. A few houses scattered around to bring it to life, but I do like the way you sort of dive down like this, and then all of a sudden you'll go up, and we do go quite high up towards the end of the map, to all right at the sort of tail end of it, which is pretty cool. So as you can see, decent sized fields on here. And just up in here we've got a bit of forestry area as we're going into now. I've taken the wrong turn in already, sorry guys. Brilliant, that is absolutely brilliant. Let's get down off of there. Turn left too quick. Right, so right near the forestry area we've got carpentry, which again is a production chain. You can sell your wood there, like so. And then out of there we're going to cut down this track here. And we've got one of the freeways, as you can see the traffic is whizzing along. But we've got some cool features like the rivers flowing through. And then again there's quite a few of these sheds scattered around, but you can't sell these even if you buy the land, because they are kind of just outside the zone, so we can't buy that. That little black rectangle there, that is the shed. We cannot buy that. Right, let's try and get over here without getting bashed up. Whoa, that was close. Apologies. So that's the edge of the map there, leads off through the tunnel. And you see what I mean, we're sweeping up now, which is pretty cool. We've got a few bits and bobs over here. But the first of the sale points, and this is going to be like a main sale point. This is Mary's farm, so just here. What I like is most of them have got writing on telling you what it is. And there's Mary's farm. I think she's out at the minute. And then we've got our livestock market where we can buy our animals just there. Pretty cool. And then moving on from there, we're going to take the sort of back route through the tracks. But at least you get to see this side of the map where we sweep down sort of through the valley of it. And we're now heading towards our cow barn that we own. It's very cool. It's got a nice feeling about it, this map. Lots of bridges and wooden ones, concrete ones, people walking around down here. The edge of the map looks good. It doesn't just look all flat and like cardboard. You got a fuel station just over there. We'll go past that a bit better later. Right, let's stop here. I'll turn the pickup off so you can hear me. There's our hayloft, so you'll tip in there and your pipe out will be there. I don't think it's the bale one that accepts bales, it's just sort of the standard setup. Then our cow barn, so you'll get your slurry from there. Pretty standard setup. Your feed and straw will go in here. It's not the robot one, it's just a standard building. We've got our dialogue box here. Like I say, that's 150 cows that will hold. Your milk point's just there, and then they've got all this pasture, look, which I think's a lot better because it'd be quite crammed if you were to squeeze 150 in there. Two more of those sheds, and like I say, there's all our grass equipment down here because this is our grass field, so that's nicely done that. And we do have a large bunker silo just here. I will quickly show you where we've been so you know. So we walked around a farm and then we came out this way. I came up that way, across through there, grain mill, back round in here, took that turning by mistake, but I was meant to go up there. Carpentry down here on the freeway all the way down, Mary's farm, animal dealer, and then we took this track like this and we're now here, and we're going to kind of do, well, sort of this basically, but it will make sense as we go. So let's head on out. If you sell the cow barn, the fence does disappear on that one, so that's pretty cool. It's just the sheep barn for some reason. Just on our left here is the spinnery, sort of greeny coloured building. So that's pretty cool. There's the fuel station that we saw just a minute ago. If we go out of there, swing right. As you can see, it's quite built up around here. All sort of businesses going on and houses. Just in front we've got the dairy, like so. And then we've got the bakery down this end. And then we've got another sale point just in here. And this is Grocery Mart. Sale point is just there. So onto the freeway. All the way over here, and then we need to go left here without getting involved in a crash. Just here, this was what was this called? Town Sale. So it's Town Sale, it's called, that's a sale point. And then we have our shop just here. We do have a workshop trigger just here where you can customize and repair, and your shop menu's just down the end here. This is also your reset point, so if you buy, lease or reset anything, it's going to appear out here. And then if we go out this way, back on the freeway, there's the edge of the map again. All the cars disappear, as you can see. We need to swing up there, another one of those random sheds. And then just up this little hill, we've got another sale point, which again is a main sale point. And this is a Gomez Ridge Acres. And then we'll go back out of here. I need to get on this road without getting bashed. And we will swing a left down here. We'll go and visit the railroad silo, the first of one. There goes the train. So down in here. Oh, a bit of a spin out there. So again, most of you would be familiar with this sort of setup. We can rent the train from there. That is going to be your train fill up and unload point. So via the train. You can also do that via the road. So you tip in just there, and then you pipe out there. Just over there in the distance, that is a lime buy point. So it's nice you've got that on here. Jump back in here and we'll have a quick check of the map again. So we came out of the cow barn area up here. We did all this, fuel station, I think I went like that, dairy, bakery, all the way along here. I cut in here where the shop and that sale point is, and then we came down in through here, Gomez, back out. We're now back up here, and we're going to sort of head up this way now, like so. So let's get out of here before the train turns up again and traps us in for a bit. Apologies for my horrific driving sometimes on these map tours. Now, we did have two maps that came out today. The other one, I can't remember what it was called now. I did all my prep for it. Went all round like I do normally, finding my best route, writing down all the sale points as we go, what order we're going to come to. Right, just stop waffling. That is where the train disappears off to sell to Elm Creek. So even though it shows on the map here, it's being Sellingwood Train and Elm Creek, there's nothing to see really, it's just where the train disappears. Yeah, and I think that map got pulled off of a mod hub after doing all my prep work. Right, we have another sale point. This is Maplefield Mill. The sale point's just round the back here. And then across the road we've got the debris crusher just there on our right, where you can sell your stones. And we've got the sugar mill just there. Pretty cool. And if we whiz into this entrance, this is going to be our sawmill. So just there we can sell all your wood, buy it as a production chain if you want. There's a wood chip point up the back there. Very cool. And if we go down, turn down here, this is where it says we'll check again, selling wood loading station or something like that, but this is what we've got. And already the floor, it doesn't fit with the rest of the sort of map. We've got those floating, and that isn't all. We've got trees and lampposts floating. If you come up to this exclamation mark here, that is just a normal rent a train point. So I don't know if something's missing in terms of being able to load up the logs, because obviously it's going to be a bit tricky trying to load a train up just like this with logs. So I'm not sure about that, but we are now up here. There it says wood loading train station, but if I tag that up, that will just tag up that rent a train. So yeah, a little bit iffy. And if I turn on the help menu, just so you don't think I'm crazy, if I walk up towards there, there you go, rent train 3,000 per hour. So I'm guessing something's a little bit off there, missing, but I don't know. Anyway, we are going to get out of here. And we do have, next on the list, I'm just looking at my list, a bow sale point. Oh yes, we need to turn right. And we're going to look at the sheep barn as well while we're here. So another one of the red barns, but inside there is your bow sale point, as you can see. Pretty cool. If we follow this track up round, kind of already seen this area, but we'll go through it. So we've got that shed there. There's our sheep barn, standard in game 1, but it will hold 150 because of the pasture. Got a shed over there, but that's one of the sheds you can't get rid of. Feed goes into there, and your wall will appear just here. Out of this area, we've got our BGA next, which is a 1.5 million to buy. And it is pretty much the same as the Elm Creek one. It's got that sort of elevated load-in point, if you know what I mean. Scoot across crossroads, that's what it's called. Everything else pretty easy, basic to understand. So yeah, we've got our elevated point up there where you can load into there. There is no bunker silos here though, that is one thing to note. So just something to be aware of. But again, if you come up to there, you can buy that for 1.5 million if you have got the money. Right, we'll do another quick recap, because then that gives me the chance to show you, get my bearings rather. So we came out of the railroad bit, checked across that bridge, we did this area, the sale point, the debris crusher, sugar mill, into the sawmill, along this track. That's where all the sort of cars are floating in the air. Down here, bow sale point, up there, sheep, back out, BGA. We're going to go this way now and then go up this way. I know it seems a bit coming back on ourselves, but it's pretty cool the drive up here, so I thought I'd include that, because there is a sale point at the end. Sometimes you can come on a new map and you can straight away see what route you're going to take. You're like, yeah, that's easy enough. Then other ones you're kind of like, right, well if I go there, and then you kind of think, oh hang on a minute, if I go there I'm going to miss that. So it's kind of trying to judge it. Right, same sort of scenario. As you can see, the exclamation mark there, that's the rent a train point. We've got the railroad silo in and out. We've got the road area there. There is no line point on this one though. We do have another fuel station there, which has got sort of grass growing on the forecourt, which is a bit iffy. And then that is it. So I was looking at my notes then. All that's left is this sale point. Well, like I say, this is pretty cool drive up to that sale point. So across a bridge, and then we kind of go up again, look, sweeping round. We do have quite a cool view if you run across. I probably could have drove that way, couldn't I actually? See everything sort of going on. Just about. Right, where's the pickup gone? There it is. The sale point just over there in the background. Oh, I was just about to say there doesn't seem to be any cars coming this way, but there's one coming up behind us. This last sale point is right agribusiness, which again is like another main sale point. And it's a bit similar to the others with like the big silo and the house, and it does have it written on there. There you go, right agribusiness. So we come out the BGA along there, looked at that, we didn't really do anything with it. Oh, we did scoot up through there, didn't we? The grass fuel station, then drove all the way up here, and that is it. That is the map. I think we've covered everything. That is Goldcrest Valley 22 by celobuki. Hope you have all enjoyed the map tour. If you have, please give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, then please do. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future videos of mine. I've been Farm Sim Snowy. Stay frosty.